These are the top 10 tips to progress in Minecraft 1.18.2. Tip number 1, don't strip mine for diamonds. Let me explain. The way ore generation works in 1.18 is the deeper you go, the more common diamonds are, and being the most common around -58. The majority of the diamonds you're going to find are going to be buried with no air blocks around them, averaging at about 2 to 8 per vein, while the diamonds found in caves are going to be in considerably smaller veins, averaging at 1 to 2 per vein. So if you shouldn't strip mine, what do? Well, you strip mine. Sorta. So you're going to want to strip mine like normal until you've gone far enough, and then every 2 blocks you're going to mine 5 blocks just like this to cover as much distance and ground as possible. And just like that, in 45 seconds you can see I already found diamonds. This method is a lot more efficient and a lot more fruitful than just strip mining and praying that you find some. Tip number 2, collect coal and gold early on. I never realized how much wood I'd be collecting in the late stages of the game just because I didn't grab some of that coal that was in a cave. Or how I couldn't make netherite because I never collected enough gold. So if you see it in a cave, just grab it. It'll help you in the long run. Tip number 3, bed bomb properly. So what does that mean? Well, first off, start off at Y12. Go in 4 blocks, place your bed, move back 1, go down, and you're going to want to click and shift at the same time, just like that. And that way you take no damage. You can do it wearing iron like I am in the video, or do it while wearing no armor at all. And the last part is you're going to want to make bridges like this. It may take a little bit longer, but it'll save you a lot of trouble in the long run, mining off the pathways that lead to dead ends, so you don't get lost when you try to leave. Because once you've used over an inventory of beds, it can be a lot of trouble trying to find your way out again. Tip number 4, make farms early on. I cannot stress this one enough. Starting a sugarcane farm early on so you can collect paper for late game when you need to make fireworks or books to enchant. Or even just wheat to make your food or breed your sheep and cows. Then cow farms can be an amazing way to get one of the most saturating foods in the game with very little upkeep or cost. The same will go for sheep farms to get as much wool as you will ever need for building or to make beds out of. Trust me, you'll need a lot of beds. Having some of this stuff might not help you progress a crazy amount quicker, but it will make your life a crazy amount easier. Tip number 5, work smart, not hard. Simply labeling and organizing your chests can really save you a lot of time and annoyance later on, especially when you need to find that one piece of iron that you swear you had. Even making simple things like a smoker and a blast furnace can save you more than half of your time, smelting foods and ores alike, giving you way more opportunity to continue grinding at a way faster pace. Planting saplings by your base so you don't have to run a marathon to get wood after you deforested the whole area. Or fishing, preferably towards the end of the day when you're going to get off, just to gather some food and a bit of XP. Even setting up a minecart system to take you down to your mine will help you loads in the future, and help you keep your sanity. Tip number 6, Optifine and Caving. If you don't already know what Optifine is, it's a custom-made Minecraft loader that's main focus is improving performance in the game, adding loads of new settings to help you optimize your experience. Another great addition to Optifine is dynamic lights, allowing you to hold a torch in your offhand or main hand and use it as a moving light source. And then there's shields. I believe shields are a must for anyone playing on normal or hard mode, as encountering a creeper can be deadly for you. At least with a shield, you can use it to almost completely negate the entire explosion, and it can save your life. When exploring caves in 1.18, you're going to want to make landmarks so you'll be able to find your way back, as the cave generation in 1.18 is completely changed and more vast than in previous versions, and you can do that simply by placing a collective of torches or some cobblestone and pillars like I do here just to make it a noticeable landmark so you can find your way back easier. Tip number 7, early game XP farms. This is one that I really wish I had done early on, because the worst feeling in the world is needing to repair your armor and not having enough levels for it. And there are a lot of simple XP farms you can make, like this simple furnace XP farm, which isn't the fastest, but it does get the job done, especially on a mass scale like this. And just like that, simple enough, you just unflick all the levers and start collecting your stone, and you'll gain all the XP that was smelted. And this is from about 10 minutes of smelting. From 10 minutes of smelting, 14 XP ain't bad. There's also methods that have very little cost or setup, like this simple pigment farm, where they just drop and you can just go kill them for XP and for gold. Then you got more advanced farms like this Enderman drop farm that can get you from level 0 to 30 in under a minute. Tip number 8, explore nether structures early. If you can find a bastion earlier on, you have a chance to find some good tier 4 enchanted gear, as well as loads of gold, more gold than you're ever gonna need. Nether fortresses are a good way to collect gold and iron, while also having a smaller chance to find diamonds and diamond horse armor. It's always a good idea to spend a few minutes grinding some blazes to get blaze rods, so you can make as many eyes of ender as possible, because you never know how many of those are going to break. Tip number 9, phantoms. This one is extremely important for those who don't have mending yet. If you encounter any phantoms, make sure to kill them to get their membrane, as it's the only item in the game that can be used to repair an elytra. Without any, you're gonna have about 20 minutes of fly time in game before your elytra either breaks or you're gonna have to retire it till you get mending. Tip number 10, patience. I truly believe this is the most important step in progressing in this game. It will take a while to fully get where you want to be, and that's okay. Just remember to focus more on the journey than just the end. You're playing the game for fun, not for an endless nightmare. You will die, you will get mad, but you'll also be glowing with joy at points. Just remember to try new things, grind in your way, and most importantly, just have fun. And that's all I got for you guys. If you did enjoy and if this helped you out, consider dropping a like or subscribing. Completely optional, but it does help me out. And maybe check out my Twitch in the description. A lot of the clips used were taken from my stream. And thanks again. I'll see you all next time.